our resistance is fueled by our resistance to the resistance, if that makes any sense. In other words, if we drop the resistance to the resistance, we notice we have resistance to something, someone in our lives or our job, and we don't want to drop that resistance. But the part of us that doesn't want to drop the resistance isn't who you are. It's sort of a machine. And so by saying to that machine, that mind, that mechanism, I'm not going to give you any reason, but just trust me, just drop the resistance. You'll feel peace in your body. You might feel a little sadness. That's okay. That's kind of what the mechanism was trying to avoid, but it's not going to destroy you. So to help with this, I'm just going to say it over and over again. And maybe I'll put some music to it. Dropping resistance to the resistance. 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 We're allowing the resistance to be there. It's there, it's happening. And we remove its fuel, its momentum, by not making it wrong. There's resistance. Your resistance to someone who's causing you some kind of restriction or pain or low self-worth or aggravation or fear. And maybe it's a person you just can't get away from right now. Maybe, tomorrow or in a few weeks, maybe they'll change. But right now in this moment, you're just dropping resistance to that resistance you have toward them. It's okay that you have resistance towards them. You don't need to have that resistance, but you don't need to remove that resistance. It's just there. And you're accepting, okay, in this moment, I really am resisting this person or this situation. And it's okay. Dropping resistance to the resistance. Dropping resistance to the resistance. I'm allowing the resistance to be. It's okay. It's okay that I don't want this to be. Okay that I would prefer things to be different. It's totally okay. Whether they are going to be different or not, who knows? Whether they should be different or not, who knows? Because in theory, everything that's happening, even these people, these difficult jobs, they are leading us to someplace. Some people can go directly to bliss, but then they tend to want to stay in bliss. So in a way, you can say you're being, in theory, you're being primed for a little ladder beyond the bliss. Because what happens, I think, if you go to the bliss in order to escape some shadows, some resistance, some fear or shame or guilt or regret or anger even, the bliss can cover that up, but it's still there. And what's going to happen is it's going to come out in some ways that you may not even recognize. And so if you're really a pure seeker, you really don't just want to awaken, but you also don't want to be a jerk, then you might look at these things that are causing resistance as opportunities. You don't even have to know why they're opportunities. That's just intellectualizing. They're just opportunities to drop resistance, to say, hey, there's resistance and it's okay. dropping the resistance to the resistance.